morning and blessings, I'm not able to do my morning walk or my exercise due to the forest fire smoke. It's dense out here, coming from Canada. So I'll do them in the evening and I'll post it then. Today I want to talk about the reason why I'm doing trucking. In 2008 I got laid off, and my cousin told me to get my CDL and start trucking, which I did. And I have to say it was the best thing I chose to do, because I was able to see the 48 states, see a lot of monuments, Mount Rushmore, the National Park, Yosemite, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Redwoods. I was able to see that, because if you plan your route correctly, you can see those things. You just have to let your dispatcher know. If you're going to California, would I be able to take 2 days off? They'll tell you yes or no, and that's how I was able to see those places. I would take 2-3 days off and go and sightsee, which I recommend people to do. So, and I was also to pay my bills. I was able to pay my credit cards. I was able to save some money, and still have money left over. So if you get into a good company that actually takes care of their drivers, you can make money. You can make money in trucking, okay? And working for a company, you don't even have to have your own truck. I'm telling you for personal experience. I did it, so I was able to pay all my bills. Right now, the only bill I have is my mortgage, and I live in New Jersey. And if anybody knows, New Jersey is expensive, and I have to tell you that right now my mortgage is down to $60,000. And when I talk to others, they'll be like, "What? And you live in New Jersey? Like, how can that be?" And I can tell you, living in here and not having no car payments, not having car insurance, that helps a lot. And that money, I remember car insurance and a car payment in New Jersey. I was paying back then. I was paying a good $900, and that was a month. So, you cut that out, and you only have your food expense. And if you don't want to, buy things, which that's what I chose. I said, listen, I'm not gonna buy things, because I'm basically in here, living in here. So, I do go home, but I don't have to have much. So all that money that I was making, I just put it into my debt, which now I only have, like I said, I only have the mortgage. So if individuals out there say, "Oh, doing trucking, you can't make money," that is not true. It depends on what they're looking for. If they're looking for something like, making $1 million, obviously, you're not gonna do that. You just have to be frugal with your money. Know what you're going to spend your money on, so that way you can have money. Okay. I think that a lot of people expect a lot for something that they're not going to be able to achieve. Because it's just like you want this, luxury car, you want this luxury watch, you want this luxury, house, and it's I think for a good company, you you can make six figures, but I think starting off, you know, you're easily going, if you get into a good company, you're going to be getting paid probably $60,000-$70,000 a year, you know, because that's how it happened to me. So if you know, want to make money, then you're able to make money. Okay, you're able to make money not only in the trucking industry, but you also can do other things. You know, if you have a house like myself, you know, you can make money here and make money at your house, because you can rent your rooms because you're not there. So if you rent your rooms, I know in my house, you know, each room goes for $820 each room, and my house has 3 rooms. So just think about it, just $1,600, you know, a month. So you take that money and you just put it into the house. Don't you know, don't use it for something else. You just put it in the house. And so this money that I'm making here, this is for me. This is what, you know, I save. So you can make money and you can save. It's just, again, depends on what you want in life. But if you want to splurge and you know, think that you're a hot shot, then you know, I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can tell you is that you can make money out here. Okay, the trucking industry is a good you know, career, and they need drivers, and especially good drivers. If you don't have no points in your license, you don't have no wreckage, you don't have no DUI or anything like that, you can make money, because you can use that to your advantage. Because every time, you know, I know here they do every quarterly and every 6 months they do, you know, evaluation. So you can be like, listen, I haven't had no points on my license. I'm a good driver. I don't have, you know, no wreckage. I have never destroyed your truck, you know. And that's if you haven't done it. So if you have, then be honest. But me personally, I try to avoid all the points and accidents, and so I always use that to my advantage. So a lot of times when I do go in, not all the times, but I would say 3 out of 5 times, I do get a raise. So you can make money in the trucking industry. You can. So I recommend, you know, teenagers coming out of high school and they don't know what to do, get your license and you know, get a job with a local, and because a lot of times over the road is where the money's at. So a lot of times when over the road companies are looking for drivers, they want at least 1 year to 2 years experience. So if you drive locally for someone for a year, you can get a good job with over the road. And my advice to anyone is, you know, get that experience, get on board with a good company over the road, and you know, do it for 5 years. That's what if you very frugal with your money and you really want to, you know, achieve this life of you know, what USA offers, I say do it for 5 years, live in the truck, save as much as you can, and I guarantee you in 5 years you'll be set. You'll be set. You know, you buy your house, you know, there's a lot of ways of going about it, but my suggestion to individuals are get your CDL, get your experience, get out here, make the money. You only have to work 5 years, and then you'd be set. All right. thank you, and we'll talk next time.